This is a video on how to install Windows 10 on Mac OS Big Sur. First, you need to make sure that you have a Mac with an Intel processor which has been out after 2012. And you also have to make sure that you have enough space on your hard drive. The minimum amount is 64 gigabytes, but to be sure, you should have at least double the size at 128 gigabytes. And as a good habit, you should also back up your Mac fully with the Time Machine on an external hard drive. So let's get started. First, I need to free up disk space because I only have 27 gigabyte left. So in the storage sections, you can see what files are taking space on your hard drive. As I can see, a lot of the storage is taken up by the photos. So if I go to the settings of the Photos app, I can see that there are two options. There's download originals to this Mac or optimize Mac storage. So if I want to free up a lot of space on the hard drive, I need to select optimize Mac storage. In this way, the Mac will only store a smaller device-sized version of photos instead of the full resolution photos, which can be downloaded at any time. So I'll choose optimize Mac storage and hope that that will clear up more space on the hard drive. The second biggest section which takes up a lot of hard drive is under documents. So in the manage storage sections, you can choose to optimize storage, so it will remove movies and TV shows that I've already watched if I click on optimize. And you also can click on review files under reduce clutter to look at the files which take up most space. Okay, so now that we've cleared up 200 gigabytes of hard drive, we can start the Bootcamp under Launchpad and then go to Other and then click on Bootcamp Assistant. So Bootcamp will allow us to download the Mac drivers for Windows, and they also give a warning to back up your disk before installing Windows. And they also say to connect your power adapter during the installation. Let's continue. To install Windows, please choose the Windows ISO file, select the partition size, then click install. So I already downloaded the Windows 10 ISO file from the Microsoft website, and for this you need to choose the 64-bit edition and the size is around 6 gigabytes. So since I already downloaded it, all I have to do is select the partition size for the new installation. So by default the Bootcamp Assistant chose 42 gigabytes, but it's probably better to increase it to 128 gigabytes. So I still have over 100 gigabyte free on the Mac OS partition. So once you selected the correct size, you can click install. I've already downloaded the Windows 10 ISO file 64-bit edition. So in case you haven't done that, you have to do that prior to launching the Bootcamp Assistant. Then just click install, and since I still have almost 90% battery, I'll just continue on battery. And now it's downloading the Windows support software for the Bootcamp installation. Now it's partitioning the hard drive. Now it's copying Windows files and saving Windows support software. Now it's finalizing software installation files and rebooting the MacBook. And also, since Big Sur, there's also the old sound when you turn on a MacBook. Now we are setting up Windows and didn't even need a USB thumb to start the Windows installation from the thumb drive. So it did it all from the hard drive and the ISO file which I downloaded earlier. So now all you have to do is follow the on-screen setup process, click next, and I don't have a product key, and then choose which version that you want to install. I'll just choose the Windows 10 Pro and click next, accept, click next, and now it's copying the Windows files. Now it's finished installing the files, and it will restart the MacBook again for the second time. And it starts directly into Windows, but I hope there will be an option later that you also can go back to Mac OS. Device ready, starting. Now it's restarting for the third time. And now we just select the region, click yes, and the keyboard layout I think is a British one, and then you can choose the Wi-Fi connection, then click next again, type in an account name, choose privacy settings, click accept, not now, almost there. Now we are already finished installing Windows 10. Welcome to Bootcamp installer. You will be guided through steps necessary to install Bootcamp. So after the Windows installation, you still will have to install Bootcamp to get the correct drivers for your MacBook. Click accept and install. Now it's installing the Apple keyboard, Ethernet driver and other drivers. And after this you need to restart the computer another time. So now it's already restarted and you already can start working in Windows. So now I only have to find out how to reboot in Mac OS again. For that I'll just try to look for Bootcamp. Oh, you can change the startup options under the settings, under the boot menu, change advanced startup options. Microsoft Edge is a new browser from Microsoft with a new logo. Let's get started. Oh, so when you want to switch between the different OSs in startup, you have to hold down the option key until this menu of which system you want to start. So let's do that now. So I will restart the computer and hold down the option key while rebooting. So now the option key is held down and I should have the option to choose which OS I want to start. Oh yeah, so it is the option to choose Macintosh or EFI boot. So I believe the EFI boot, that's the Windows, and Macintosh is the Mac OS. So let's try the Mac OS. So yeah, it seems to work. So all you have to do when you want to change OS on your dual boot system on your MacBook or iMac is just hold down the option key when you boot up the computer. Then you will be able to choose either EFI boot, which is the Windows OS, and the MacBook Drive, which is the Mac OS. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.